While the bumper's at the body shop, I decided to clean the interior of my car using only one chemical. You know, it's kind of funny. I didn't realize how dirty the car was until I actually started cleaning it. And I got these close-up shots and I was really disgusted. Check that out. Oh, it's almost embarrassing to even show you guys this. I did buy this car used, however, the seller did not mean to give it to me in this condition. You see, what happened was he sold the car to me after he brought it into the shop. Originally, he just brought it in because it wouldn't start, and we diagnosed it as a bad engine. He didn't want to have it fixed. He's got some other projects going on, so I ended up buying the vehicle from him. We got it running, and actually it's running beautifully now. I've got detailed videos that I can attach to the end of this video, so when you guys are done watching this, you can check those out. Obviously, he didn't want to sell it to me in this condition, but that's okay. I'm getting it all squared away now, so he doesn't have to. And obviously, I got to get the car prepared, pulling all the floor mats out, things like that. Full disclosure here, I'm a mechanic. I am not a detailer, so I'm going to do everything I can to show you guys how to do this with very simple products that you can use at home. I literally only use one cleaning chemical. I've got some magic erasers here, a little scrub brush, just simple stuff that you guys can do from home. Now, because I'm a mechanic, I like to take things apart, obviously, so I'm going to be removing the seats just so I have better access to the carpets. I like to have the seats out of the car. I'll have more room to work inside the vehicle. When I remove the seats, I have to be very careful not to scratch the door panel or any of the wood trims with those metal rails, because that is a very tight fit there. It's interesting all the things that you find under a seat after it's been removed. And there's this stuff all over the carpet here. I don't know what happened. It looks like a Coke can exploded. Oh look, money. Yay. So as you can see, there's an orange stripe right down the center of this seat. Well, that's tape. And the reason I did that is because I love to show before and after. I didn't realize how dirty this seat was until I removed the tape. You guys check this out. It is insane. Wow, I knew it was a dirty seat, but I did not know it was that dirty. This is absolutely insane, and it's actually motivating me to get the rest of the interior done. After picking up the loose debris, I just do a quick vacuum. Now I'm gonna have to vacuum this thing about 5 more times, but just wanted to get the main debris out of the way. I spray the carpets down with a mild degreaser. Now this is literally the only chemical that I use for the whole cleaning process. You guys, it's not even a brand, I'm not promoting anything. It's just a mild degreaser. I mix it 50-50 with water, I spray it on the carpets, and I use a scrub brush to really work it in there and agitate the carpet. And then I use a microfiber towel to soak up all the dirt and everything from the carpets. It does a really good job, actually. I don't spray anything directly onto the seats or the leather or the door panels or anything like that. I spray it on the rag first, and then I use the wet rag to clean everything off. These here are the Velcro strips that hold the carpet on, the carpet floor mats. And maybe I'm going a little overboard here getting those cleaned up, but I am going to be putting factory floor mats back in the car, and I want to make sure those are clean. I was shocked to see all the debris and dirt underneath of this shifter boot. It's absolutely disgusting. So I got it all cleaned up. Again, you see me spraying the rag directly, not onto the center console itself. Once I got all that cleaned, I realized the shifter boot leather, it was actually dirty too. So guess what? Well, I cleaned that as well. If you guys remember Joey, he's been in some of my other videos. He's actually a detailer, and he told me these little tiny cracks right here that I'm showing you, those are what really brings out the best in a detail. You have to get all that stuff cleaned out. So I use a little toothbrush type of thing, getting in there and try to pull out all of the debris and sand and dirt, and then I just go back and clean it up. And I'll tell you what, it makes a world of a difference. I did not realize how dirty this seatbelt was. The best way to clean it is to pull it out of the car. Now I close the door on the seatbelt just to kind of keep it from ratcheting back inside the car. And I just soak it with this same degreaser and scrub it out and wipe it off. It came out really good, don't you think? These floor mats were pretty easy to clean. I just spray them down again with the same degreaser. I use a pressure washer to spray them off and just scrub them with a light brush. And I let them dry in the sun. I probably spent more time on this door panel than I really needed to. I used the brush to get in between the cracks. Here's another little trick. So I use these skewers, and you stick it in the towel, and then you kind of scrape it in along the side to get that towel deep into those pockets. Look at the difference in that door panel, and with a snap of a finger, just like that, the whole panel is clean. Now I'm going to move on to the next one. The passenger door panel, the inside of this was disgusting, and it's actually a common problem with these BMWs that they get really sticky. Even after I cleaned it, it was still a little sticky, so I'm actually going to be replacing the passenger inner grab handle. BMW E90 and some of the newer BMWs actually have these interior door handles that have like a soft touch feature, but over time they get really sticky and gross. In fact, in the early 2000s, Ferrari, Maserati did the exact same thing. They're supposed to have this really nice soft touch feature, supposed to be real rich, you know, kind of velvety feeling. Well, over time, they get really sticky. It's like you're touching chewed up gummy bears or something. It's really gross. It was really just an engineering nightmare. And of course, what did BMW do? They're like, hold my Stein, watch this. And of course, they failed miserably too. So here we are having to replace these interior sticky handles. The way BMW makes these door handles have these plastic pins, and they go through the door handle, and on the other side they melt the plastic, and it just kind of rivets and puts it in place to the door panel. What we have to do is grind them off with this Dremel tool. And once that's ground off, I can pluck it out of the door panel. Look at this grab handle, it's just sticky and gross. Time for a fresh set of gloves. I'm installing this aftermarket door handle. I believe I got it from Amazon. I'll drop a link down below so you guys can see it. What I like about this one is it uses screws to install it, where the original one has pins and you have to melt it back in just like the one we took out. It's also a cost saving, so that's a plus. All right, I get everything back together on the door panel, get it a final wipe, check it out. Oh, smooth, that is so much better. No more stickiness. With the doors open, it was a perfect time to clean all the door jambs. Once I got the seat on the bench, I wanted to clean the rails and the seatbelt buckle and all that stuff. I couldn't believe how gross it was until I got it up there. It was just absolutely disgusting. Oh look, an Applebee's receipt, and it's got white BMW on here, and they ordered nacho beef. Well, it's not your car anymore. Whatever this is on the carpet, I don't know what it is, but it actually cleaned up fairly well. I had to do this 4 or 5 times. I didn't need to show you guys every single time me doing it, but it came out pretty good. I just kept working it, and it finally worked out pretty good. I will tell you, detailers, they deserve way more credit than what we give them, because detailing is so difficult on this car. I mean, it takes a lot of time. I don't even know how many hours I spent on this, but while I was cleaning it, I just thought, I would rather just pay somebody else to do this, to be honest with you. The cleanup on this was so satisfying. The center console, which, my God, was disgusting. I mean, that's where you're always resting your forearm when you drive, and I could not believe how dirty it was. So check the before and after, and of course I got to clean the rest of it. There was a lot of dust on the dash. I ended up using a wet rag, or I guess a damp rag, and just wiping everything down. I was gonna clean all the grooves and everything out of the center console, and then I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and remove it from the car. Let's bring it over here on the bench. Look at all the little dust and dirt and whatever junk that's in between the seams of that. It was a lot easier for me just to do it outside the car, and I can use my air compressor and just kind of blow all that stuff out of there. I was a little worried to use chemicals because I didn't want to get all of that into the electronics of that iDrive. So instead, I use a little brush, try to work out all the little sand and debris and whatnot, and then I use a wet rag or a damp rag, and I go and clean everything out. The shift knob was so dirty and disgusting, I was actually excited to start cleaning the steering wheel, which you'll see how bad that was here in a little bit. The shift knob and the steering wheel, obviously that's two things that you always are holding on to when you drive, so if your hands are at all dirty, they just naturally get dirty. This center console and all the trim just came out amazing. I'm really happy with the way it came out. So when I put it back together, it's just gonna look brand new again. It doesn't look like it's clean on the outside and then you can still see all the grime and stuff on the edges and in the seams, right? So it's all gonna be perfectly clean. Okay, here's that steering wheel. Look how clean it turned out. And then you go to the other side. Oh, disgusting. That's probably from all of like the lotions and stuff that's on your hands every time you're grabbing the steering wheel. It just gets caked on over time. If you have a tan steering wheel, just using a mild degreaser and a rag will make a huge difference. Look at all that came off the steering wheel and onto the rag. I don't know what this is here, but I'm gonna go ahead and clean it anyways. Us BMW guys, we don't know what that is. I'll tell you a funny story. I had a customer come into the shop who had a tan steering wheel in her Mercedes and she wanted it replaced because it was just disgusting. She didn't realize, you know, women wear makeup, so they have makeups and lotions and things on their hand. And really, it was just very dirty. It looked like the leather was just absolutely worn out. Well, I literally used the same degreaser that you guys are seeing here, cleaned the steering wheel. It came out beautiful and she was thrilled. All right guys, I'm getting everything put back together here. The interior is coming out beautifully. I love it. You'll see me put some silicone lube on the slides and the gears of the seat motors. That's just to help smooth operation and to prevent any future failures. I am blown away at how clean this came out. I mean, this is just incredible. What do you guys think? I mean, is this just great or what? With one chemical, I was shocked. Now, I'll tell you, I would much rather pay a detailer next time to do this for me, but I am really proud of how this came out. Here's everything that I used to clean the inside of this car. You can see all the magic erasers and the chemical I had left. All right, the interior's done. We got the engine in, it's running good. Now I just have to work on the exterior. I'm waiting on the bumper to get back from the body shop. We'll get it detailed and this project should be done. In the meantime, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe and like button, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching.